Okay, you are live.
Thank you, David. And thank you all for being with us. We are very glad to have you here. Next slide, please. This is our LFDT Mentorship Program 2025. And this is the first virtual meetup. We're going to have three. This is the first about the project of this year, which is the connections of learning tokens with online learning platforms. What you're going to see is included in two reports, and we're going to share the links to those reports. And some of the slides would not be able to see in detail, but they're just shown as a reference for you to consult the reports. Next slide, please. The mentees are 5 out of 30 something, almost 40 applicants. All of them are great, I can tell you. We've been working for 6 extraordinary weeks, and we're very happy to have them with us. Vaibhav, Ankita, Abiral, Harsh, and Haria. Welcome. Next slide. We're 4 mentors, Noemi, Harsh, and Raju, and myself. Delighted to be here. Next slide, please. What is the purpose? Well, there are 4 things that are important. AI has created a paradox of talent. Automation driven by AI displaces jobs. But on the other hand, the transformation of businesses by AI require new jobs. So we have to balance reskilling with resilient talent acquisition. And not only that, but we have to prepare workers for roles that may not exist yet. How have we done it in the latest decades? Through online education. MOOCs, massive online open courses, are powerful democratizers to cultivate talent. However, they have a dismal low completion rate, and they lack the motivation to certify. To increase this motivation, we have proposed learning tokens, which is a granular proof of learning. Credentials attest the claim of completion of the course. Learning tokens allows everyone to prove granularly, the process of learning. And that proof is kept in lifelong skill profiles that match job descriptions and that integrate with existing educational environments. And in order to facilitate that integration, we have the project of this Mentorship 2025, which is enhance existing learning management systems, or LMS, within existing environments or education environments. And we enhance it with non-invasive, privacy-preserving connectors to learning tools. And that's what the mentees are going to show you next. Next slide.
Hi everyone, I am Vaibhav and I'll briefly walk you through our project Learning Token. The goal of this project is to create a standardized and verifiable way to recognize educational achievements using blockchain-based credentials, that is learning tokens. We are essentially building a framework where skills and competencies earned across platforms can be recorded, validated, and even rewarded transparently. This system captures learning events from platforms like Moodle, Canvas, and edX and moves them through a secure pipeline, starting from course creation to smart contract execution, and finally issuing verifiable tokens that represent learner accomplishment. These tokens follow established standards like ERC 721 and 1155, making them interoperable and future-proof. We have broken this process into 9 steps, starting from detecting events via LMS or assessment, normalizing and validating that data through oracles, and executing smart contracts. This ensures the learning achievement is not just recorded but stored immutably on chain. After that, off-chain indexers update the user's skills wallet and third-party verifiers can easily validate it. From a technical standpoint, we are building an architecture that includes scoring oracles, verification systems, wallet storage, and API integration, all wrapped into a middleware to communicate with external systems. Next slide, please. During our research, we analyzed 12 major LMS platforms for API compatibility and found that Canvas, Moodle, edX, and Google Classroom are the top candidates with full API availability and high OAuth adoption. This wasn't all that smooth. We discovered that real-time webhook support is inconsistent across platforms and multi-chain plugin maintenance is a real challenge. In short, this project is about making learning tokens portable, verifiable, and interoperable while driving learner engagement and ecosystem trust through tokenized rewards. Ankita will carry on from here and give you a brief of our initial researches.
Thank you, Weber. I'm Ankita, and I'll present the outcome of our research on learning management systems and their APIs. We focused on platform diversity, technologies, and integration flexibility with learning tokens. There are both open source platforms like edX, Moodle, Canvas, and Sakai, which support integrations well, and there are proprietary ones like Coursera and Udemy, which are more restricted. These platforms run on varied stacks like Python, PHP, Java, and Ruby. And most of these platforms use OAuth2 or token based authentication. While cloud based setups are common, some still support on premise hosting. Most offer REST APIs, but Canvas and Moodle stand out for supporting customization and real time updates. Others, like Google Classroom and Coursera, are more limited. For blockchain or learning token use cases, Moodle, edX, and Canvas are the most adaptable thanks to their flexible APIs and plugin ecosystems. Next slide, please. Now, Canvas, Moodle, and OpenEdX stand out from the rest as they provide strong API documentation, active communities, and open source flexibility. In terms of real time customization, Canvas supports webhooks, while Moodle and edX offers deep plugin based customization. Others, like Google Classroom, are more limited. For learning tokens integration, the top platform choices include Moodle for its plugin system, Canvas with API and webhooks, OpenEdX for its modular Xblock system. To wrap up, I'll say that Learning Token promotes community building among learners by encouraging them to support one another through the exchange of health tokens. Thank you, everyone. Now, Aviral will continue the next slide.
Okay. Hi everyone, I am Aviral. Continuing from Ankita's overview, I'll now walk you through our analysis of LMS platforms with a focus on API readiness and barriers for learning token integration. Next slide. This slide shows API support matrix and Indian specific LMS feasibility and platform compatibility. Our research categorizes platforms by type, open source, cloud-based, and corporate LMS, and evaluates them on key API features like course onboarding, assessment tracking, token readiness, integration priority. Now, what are the top integrable platforms? Moodle, Canvas, and OpenEdX stand out with full API documentation, real-time data support, and openness to token layer add-ons. These platforms are ideal for integrating blockchain-based learning tokens. India-specific LMS observations. Swayam is a promising candidate built on OpenEdX. It can support tokens with additional effort. Diksha, it is partially usable due to limited public APIs. Platforms like TCS, IN, Byju's, Akash, and Upgrad are proprietary with no developer access, limiting feasibility unless enterprise contracts or B2B partnerships are made. Next slide. All right. So while integration sounds great on paper, we did hit a few roadblocks when evaluating feasibility across platforms. First, technical barriers. A major challenge is how uneven API support is across LMS. Some platforms like Moodle or Canvas are very mature, but others either lack proper documentation or expose limited endpoints. The next one is the operational barriers. Let's say we get the tech sorted. Even then, scaling this for large institutions is a challenge. Many colleges and LMS admins resist change, especially when it involves backend integrations or new systems. Third, strategic barriers. These ones are about access and ecosystem fit. Many platforms simply aren't designed to be extended by third-party developers. Enterprise LMS often restrict API access behind contracts or licenses. Now, the fourth, the user experience. We can't forget the end users, the students or faculty. If the token process feels chunky or non-intuitive, adoption will drop. Also, if feedback or token insurance is delayed, it defeats the point of real-time recognition. So overall, while the potential is strong, integration requires both tech capability and institutional willpower. Now, I'll go with Harsh to present next the slides.
Thank you, everyone, for letting us understand the APIs and technical barriers. So, hello, everyone. I'm Harsh Pariyar. Now I will share about the LMS and learning tokens architecture, how we will integrate both, and some recommended strategies. Here is the all four LMS architecture. We have Moodle that gets plugins and native event observers. Then we have Canvas that gets webhook integrations. Then we have OpenEDX, which has XBlock components and event listeners. And last but not least, we have Google Classroom, which has an external API polling. Each LMS here is uniquely optimized for its own strength here. Now, we'll move to the next slide. Now, let's see our unified architecture that seamlessly bridge all these platforms, different platforms, different LMS into one. Our integration architecture is divided into two main categories, namely LMS operations and learning tokens operations, which are themselves divided into four LMS layers. Basically, first is LMS layer itself, integration layer, learning tokens layer, and blockchain and interface layer. So let's go to the first category, LMS operation. Here, if you see at the top, we have all our four target platforms, that is Canvas, Moodle, EDX, and Google Classroom. Each uses its own optimal integration method, as I already explained. At this point, we all know that what all are the data that we are getting from the each platform. Now let's move to the second category, that is learning tokens operations. Here, the first thing we have is a learning tokens connection with the middleware. In here, the breakthrough is our intelligent middleware layer, which normalizes events or data coming from platforms, different LMS, and transform them into a standard learning event format. Now, this flows through our scoring oracle, which validates achievements against competency criteria. Then, through our authentication hub that manages platform-specific security, and finally to our load balancer here that handles events from multiple learning management systems. Now we have the blockchain layer here. Once validated, smart contracts on the Hyperledger Besu mints tokens instantly. Our off-chain indexer ensures immediate wallet updates while blockchain confirms happens in the background. At the end, we have user interface layer. Students see their tokens immediately, whether in native LMS displays or our unified mobile dashboards. So now, based on our comprehensive analysis of learning management systems and unified architecture with the learning tokens, we have developed a data-driven three-tier integration strategies. So Moodle leads at the high priority here, followed by Canvas and EDX at the medium priority, and Google Classroom at the low priority due to limited scope API limitation. Now let's see the recommended strategies for integration. Notice our three cycle approach here. The cycle one focus on native integrations where we can achieve real-time token issuance, and the cycle two, which is this, that tackles API-based integration with Google Classroom. And the last but not least, we have cycle three that unifies everything into a cross-platform user interface. Now, I will close by saying that this architecture and strategy don't just integrate these LMS platforms into learning tokens. It creates a world's first standardized framework for verifiable education achievement across any learning system. Thank you. Now, Hariom will take you forward with the next slides. Hariom, please.
Okay. Thank you, Harsh, for making my job easier, and also let's go forward. Hi, everybody. I'm gonna give you a zoom out view of our project. Imagine our system like a well-organized building, strong foundation, smart wiring, and easy to use doors. I'm going to walk you through the architecture we have designed, simple, modular, yet built to grow. We begin at the client layer interface. The front door is our front door. Whether it is a website, an app, or an API, this is how people and system enters. It is designed to feel the smooth, familiar, like opening your favorite app. Then comes the application logic layer. This is the brain. It takes what the user wants and decide what need to be happen next. Like a receptionist in the hotel who knows exactly which room to assign home. Now we go deeper, the service layer. Imagine a team of experts working behind the scene. One handle logins, one fetches the data, and another track the process. Each has a job, and they don't get in each other's way. And at the bottom, the data and infrastructure layer. This is our basement, solid, secure, and always working. It stores all the information, keeps things running, and makes sure nothing crashes. The beauty of this setup is we can swap, upgrade, and fix one piece without breaking the others. This is how we stay flexible, ready for whatever comes the next. Next slide, please. It is gonna be the zoom out. It is gonna be the zoom out picture of our whole project. Now the picture. Now this picture bullseye. This is our learning token strategy. And each arrow is a smart part of our plan, hitting exactly where it should be. Together, these 5 arrows hit our goal, a fast, secure, and engaging tokens system that makes learning feel rewarding and fun. And finally, the slide shows how we connect with the different LMS platforms. Some are modern, some are, let's say, classic, but we have mapped their queries and adapters, made sure our systems speak their language. So whether it is the REST, auth, or something else older than your college password, our architecture adapts. One system, many platforms, and some smooth experience. Thank you. And yes, we adapt, and yes, we accept hi-fis in the form of our working APIs. Thank you for having you guys. Over to you, Alfonso.
Thank you, Hariom, and all the rest. So you've heard a brief presentation of the reports that are complete in the links that I put in the chat, and together with the slides are going to be shared with all the attendees. What's our call to action? We want you to help us build an ecosystem of affordable, modular, open source software components that cultivate talent, improve teaching, increase trust, and put together better learning experiences. Thank you. We can open now. These are the references. We can open now for
So
key takeaways from
yes,
each of
so
you.
at the end, the key takeaway from here in one statement for everyone is what makes learning tokens revolutionary is that a learner can earn a verifiable token in a Moodle quiz at a University A, let's say, transfer to University B using Canvas or any other LMS, and their educational credentials or achievements follow them seamlessly. Employers can verify these knowledge tokens through our public APIs without contacting multiple institutions or universities. That is what we are doing here. Thank you. Now we can move forward to the Q&A.
Q&As can come at the chat or the Q&A section or directly by raising your hands. What do we have in the chat?
So Ahad asks, hopefully I pronounce your name correctly. Sorry for why you choose tokens. Can't that be simply done by building a platform with standardized APIs for educational platforms and can be integrated with AI as necessary? Okay, so I'll tell you what's the use of blockchain. We chose blockchain and tokens over centralized API system because the core problem isn't just integration. It's trust, portability, and long-term ownership of learning records. Centralized platforms depend upon the cooperation of institutions and prone to data silos, vendor lock-in, and limited interoperability. Learning tokens, on the other hand, are verifiable, tamper-proof digital credentials that live on decentralized network, meaning learners can carry them across platforms, institutions, and borders without relying on the single provider. Hopefully, this answers your question.
And I would add, Aviral, also there's a third stakeholder in this equation. There's the issuer of the tokens, the holder of the tokens, and the verifier of the tokens, which in this case are the employers or the partners or the sponsor. The verifier in centralized platforms have to go to the platform. When you decentralize, and that's what blockchain or DIDs, okay, which is another way, is it allows you to verify directly by the content of the token You can verify by the metadata, you can verify directly. And that makes proof of learning trustable and decentralized for the issuers, for the holders, and for the verifiers. Next question.
I also want to add something on the last question. Basically, we chose a token on a blockchain to ensure verifiable, tamper-proof, and portable recognition of learning across the platform. It's like something traditional APIs alone can't guarantee of.
Another question?
Okay, so the next question is how is interoperability on the blockchain level assured?
That's me. I'm calling from Germany. This is Axel Noack.
Okay.
Can you hear me or?
Yes, we can, Axel.
Great. So I've been into blockchain quite some time, and I'm thrilled to see that. And I'm also teaching at a university here. Actually, I use Moodle, and I have lots and lots of questions. My question is, if you have a token, say on the Ethereum platform blockchain, how is this the interoperability I'm referring to? Is it then also available on Solana, or I'm working with distributed ledger, which is actually distributed acyclic graph. So how does this work on these different systems?
Well, you have a registry of skill profiles. You have a register of issued tokens, okay, and you have the skill wallets. Okay?
Yeah.
And what we mean by interoperability is not that you transfer one from one platform to the other, is that all of them are recognizable in the platforms, regardless of the platforms themselves.
Okay.
So
Makes sense.
it gives you a standardized metadata for the transfer of knowledge. Think of it this way. Verifiable credentials is a very well developed field in the last 10 years. And there are a lot of very good commercial services, okay? But they basically attest claims of completion by an institution. So the trust is in the institution. What we're trying to provide is a trust based in the transfer of knowledge and documented by each small transmission of knowledge as granular as the instructor wants to do it. He could eventually give a token for a question in an assessment, okay? But all of those tokens given regarding which blockchain platform is used, all of them are standardized because we comply. Last 2 years ago, we complied with the Interwork Alliance token taxonomy framework of the Global Blockchain Business Council, which is a partner in this project. And so we have those tokens created, kept in the repository of the token taxonomy framework, and whomever uses them, regardless of where they use it, okay, would be the same structure. And that
makes sense.
That facilitates a lot of things, especially with AI, because now you can really have tutors, you can really have navigators of learning paths, you can have creators of tasks, descriptions, jobs, tasks, competencies, descriptions. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I've been teaching for almost 30 years, and as you all know, the challenges are in the details. For example, we have a lot of international exchange, and So the recognition of courses, then my topic, international marketing, is taught. Yeah, so we have this quantitative dimension. Yeah, so how many hours are being taught, and then the qualitative, which grades have been achieved. Yeah. And in principle, yeah, that's we've come some way in when comparing different institutions and different contents, but there's a lot of challenges in the details in the everyday work.
We understand and we respect those differences. In fact, we do not judge. We do not standardize content. We don't look for pedagogical methods. We basically, our goal is very humble and at the same time very ambitious. Our goal is we provide you instructors and you institutions with an accounting mechanism. Okay. The prestige, the reputation, the quality, all that is in your hands. We'll give you an accounting tool. Okay. And that accounting might eventually help you and others to compare and to build the basis for that comparison.
Yeah, I fully subscribe to the whole concept. Especially, I mean, it's built around the individual, yeah, and the individual has a proof of what he or she achieved, yeah. So that's this grassroots approach. I'm not a proponent of the ivory tower where everything is top down. I prefer sort of a bottoms up approach.
Please share your email with us.
Yeah, where do I can do it? Yeah, sure.
We'd love to continue this conversation in detail.
Yes, that I would like that, because lots of questions. I will type it now. My work email. This is in Germany. So if somebody could contact me.
And also, Axel, we are looking. You said you're working with Moodle. We are looking for data to test what we're doing in this mentorship. So maybe we could pilot privacy preserving, but we could pilot with some of the data for some of the uses that you want to explore. It could be extremely helpful for the mentees of this cohort to work together.
I can't promise anything, but I'm certainly yeah.
Thank you.
I just have 2 more years until retirement, but I'm working very hard on a blockchain project myself now, building a minimum viable product, but lots to talk about. Maybe we do that some other time.
You're welcome. You're most welcome. Thank you for your interest.
Thanks.
Whom else has questions?
Well, there are no questions in the meeting chat. Is there anyone who can talk or who wants to say something about the learning tokens, who wants to share their opinions, ideas, and questions, please?
Ahad, would you like to take a microphone? He says, I'm not trying to challenge you guys. Please do. We need to be challenged. Please do. that's the only way we can advance, through challenges and conversations. And we thank you for wishing us the best of luck. We need it. Okay. Would you like to give some takeaways? Hariom, Ankita, Vaibhav.
Sure. I would like to give a takeaway from the researches I have done during my sprints, and like I really like the idea, and also I felt that learning tokens will be offering a proof of learning. The quote proof blockchain. Blockchain is very related to proof of works and proof of everything. So we can easily say that learning tokens will give us a proof of learning for the user and for the institutions as well.
I would say that learning tokens is highly crucial. Like through learning tokens, we can recognize our micro skills. Say, for example, we have taken a course, an ML course. We completed the first two modules for Python. We can have learning tokens through which we can prove our skills on that. Other than without completing the whole course, we cannot prove our skills on the Python that we completed. So learning tokens highly uh, gives granularity over the courses and the studies you have done.
I also feel the same about the learning tokens. Means like in starting when we started the project, means like for each and everyone, means like when someone is reading something or someone is giving some quizzes and all, he want validation for it. So this is how I take this project as means like it is like a continuous learning and getting validation for that learning. Yeah.
I'd also say that learning tokens promote community building by creating a peer driven support system where learners can exchange help tokens as recognition for assisting others. This encourages collaboration, motivates learners to share knowledge, and fosters a sense of mutual growth and accountability within the learning environment.
Okay, I'll just add one more key takeaway is that of learning token is mostly in the traditional education system, we often learn things. Mostly nowadays we learn online stuff. We get certifications, but some contents are structured in a way that we have to just learn. Like few topics and we have to not complete everything. There we come, the learning token comes as a one thing where you can learn some modules, some sub modules and get a reward of that particular learning knowledge that you have learned from the uh, any content from the for that matter at the internet or anywhere else. So a reward token could be one benefit of the learning tokens that we are offering. And yes.
Definitely. Definitely. So we have the granular process of learning. We have the proof of learning. We have the community. We have the rewards in Web3. Okay. And we have the transparency and transportability. That would be all for us. And if there are no more questions, we can give you back the rest of the hour for whatever you want to do. And if you want to contact us, there are the links, and we'll be delighted to hear from you, and we'll be delighted to work with you. Okay. Thank you very much.
Great. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.